This is Smith Welding and Restoration. I am your host, Adam Niffen. Stick around, see what's in the garage this week.
Alright, so we got a whole different echelon of clientele. This whole front end, the grill was busted up. This headlight was broken. The core support looks pretty good. It's got some gouges, but it's not bent. The bumper's tweaked, so we're pulling it off, seeing what the hell we got to do there. And the hood took a really good dinger. Now I can save that. You see, we're into the understructure, and I won't be able to make it perfect. This is for a customer of my customer. See where that bumper's all tweaked out of shape? Should we tell Jeremy about that brace down there?
I'm stuck on these.
So we got a tweaked bumper. The bumper cover was fucked up. The valance was fucked up. The grill was all busted up. The hood's jacked up. I don't know what they hit, but it did enough of a number, and they want a perfect car back. So we're going to give it to them, and they're going to pay for it. How's that, folks? How's that for a change of fresh breath of air there? So here we go. So here we are, Smith Welding Restoration. I am Adam Niffen. That is Jeremy Cocaine. That is an 03 Tahoe. We're back at you again. We got all our parts in. They ordered bumper, the cover and the valance, and a hood. They want perfect. Hood's got to look great. We had a minor mishap, let's say, with shipping, it looked like, but also things like this are typical from Stamped. You know, I didn't have to go this far, but under my care, it collected a ding. So I'm going to block the whole thing out and bugger up its pretty epoxy coating in order to straighten it out enough that I'm satisfied handing it off to the customer. I would have at least looked it over and fixed some things, but because I put a dinger in it, I'm going to fix the whole thing. Alright, so we got a little body work going on there. We can repair that, not a big deal. New bumper is on. You can see it's all dusty because we've been working. We put the whole assembly, the grill, the headlights, the parking lights, everything in, the driving lights, all that in. Made sure everything fit. We got it all pulled pretty much back together. We pulled the old hood off. It's sitting outside. Okay. We got everything to fit. I think we got 2 mounts on the bottom to pull true. And then what I'm going to do on this paint, I got a beautiful perfect match, alright? I won't have to do blending or really mess with stuff. This paint, $400 a gallon. The sealer that I used for assisting in adhesion and other things, it's $70 a gallon. This makes sense, okay? So follow me here. I am going to shoot all this in that gray sealer because it's this tan color, and the factory etch is a tan color. This is that aftermarket hood. My cause of issue was the crinkle up there, okay? It's all straight now. But you can see all these little dings and pings. This thing oil cans so bad over here and over there in the middle of, between those braces. It's awful. They kick the shit out of the prices at my main vendor for parts. That's why. I knew I was going to have that problem. So I want to give you a shot. That's finished. That's down to 320. I'm going to hit it with a sealer I've got. If I'm happy with the results with the sealer, we're going to go right into paint. If I'm unhappy, then we prime it, block it, seal it, and paint it. So, alright, so we got the top side of this sealed and ready to go. We got it all dressed up so those minor repairs aren't mapping out on us. This we scuffed down with a gray Scotch-Brite. It's ready to receive a finish. This as well, this is textured. They're supposed to give me a paint to match, but this is textured. The rest of the grill was actually painted as well in the old one, but it's black textured. So we're going to paint this to match color-wise, but shooting a base and a clear over it. when it's already, it's got a real orange peely texture to it all by itself. So I'm going to use the same mix here as I'm using over here, and essentially you put your clear in with your base, and it gives that more of a matte black instead of that pop shine, or not matte, not black, but that matte finish. It's going to give it a satin finish instead of a gloss. You can see over here Jeremy is prepping up what we need to paint. No, we're not going to paint it in the doorway. We're going to pull the truck in, mop the floor, do what we got to. But we'll get the hood on here. After that dries up enough, we'll get the hood on here and adjust it. Finish adjusting this fender and doing a little bit of body work that's left. It's straightened out pretty good. I'm very pleased with where it's at. That's where we're at.
Hello there. Alright, so Tahoe, we're finishing her up. First coat of clear is on. That plastic bumper cover has a weird texture to it. I haven't figured that out yet. Never seen one quite like it. Anyhow, so we're going to put another coat of clear down, and then tomorrow we'll unwrap it, assemble all the pieces, nub it, buff it, and deliver it. Our deadline is tomorrow by end of business. We will deliver this by noon. I'll give you a couple more shots after we assemble this bad boy.
So here we are. Everything that leaves my shop until I get a pristine clean room set up, it gets wet sanded and buffed. And then even with that, a lot of the projects still will, the custom work especially. But I don't see a color variance. I hope that's picking up well enough on the camera. This is where we're at. We peeled the plastic just now, this morning. We're gonna nub everything off. We cleaned the shop up really well before we painted. Not superlatively well. I mean, we should have done better actually, but I was very fortunate the way this turned out, I feel. So the next step is color sand and buff. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take some 1500. Where's that at? 1500 on a hard block. This is just a hard Dura block, and I'm going to go over all the surfaces, and that's going to take the nibs off. I actually have just a little bit of orange peel right in this area here. I got a little bit of orange peel. Everything else laid out baby butt smooth. Couldn't be happier. No runs, no sags. I almost always get a run or a sag. So we're gonna hit it with that on a hard block, and what that does is knock the skin off and takes the trash out. Then we're gonna come back with a soft pad and 2000. Squeegee everything off, wipe it down, and buff it. There you go, folks. Tahoe ready to deliver. We got the front end all buttoned up. Everything looks good. Let's hope the owner's happy as I am.